This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so what are we going to discuss in this session today is material ledger, right? So we just understood the overview of material ledger in our yesterday's session. Okay, let me just tell you what exactly we discussed and then we will proceed it from there. Okay, so we discussed material ledger is one of the functionality which is part of CO. Okay, it is part of CO, but it has an integration with okay, because it is all about having the valuation of the materials, what your material movements you do. Okay, in ECC, this functionality was optional, or instead of functionality, I should say, in ECC, this component was optional. Okay, but in S4 HANA, SAP made it mandatory to activate material ledger. Okay, but again, in the bracket, I'm writing technically and not functionality wise. Okay, so functionality wise, it is not mandatory to implement SAP S, in SAP S4 HANA, it is not mandatory to activate material ledger, but from the technical point of view, it is mandatory. Okay, so what are the functionalities offered by ML? So there are three things. Number one, number one is multiple currencies. Okay, instead of multiple currencies, I should write material valuation in multiple currencies. Number two is material valuation in multiple valuation methods. Okay, and number three, material valuation. So this is all about material valuation. Material ledger is all about material valuation. Material valuation using actual costing. Okay, so these are the three functionalities which are offered by material ledger. Now it is up to the customer if they are implementing SAP S4 HANA and if they want to go for material ledger, it is up to the customer whether they are using any of this functionality or they are not using any of this functionality. It is completely dependent upon the customer. Nothing is mandatory. So even in ECC, if a customer is using ML, it is not necessary that he will be using all these three functionalities. He can use material ledger only for multiple currencies. He can use material ledger only for multiple valuation methods, or he can use material ledger for the actual costing purpose. So nowhere it is necessary that you are to activate all the three functionalities. It is up to the customer which one is relevant for that customer. Only that functionality can be implemented in ML. Okay, so what we will do today is we will understand the configuration of material valuation in multiple currencies, material valuation in multiple valuation methods, and if time permits, we will also start actual costing today itself. If not, we will take actual costing in the next session. Okay, so as I told you, I'll not use the existing company code that we created because we already posted a lot of transactions there. Okay, if we continue to, even it is not recommended to activate the material ledger in between because we already posted a lot of transactions, and now if we keep on adding multiple currencies, multiple valuation methods, it will create a lot of confusion and it also may create inconsistencies, right? So better is let's start the creation of new company code. Okay, obviously we need the setup from the logistics point of view also, so we also need to create a plant. Okay, and then we have to do one material movement transaction where we'll be able to see how this material ledger related features work in S4 HANA. Okay, so let me go to SPRO. Instead of instead of creating a new company code from scratch, what I can do is maybe I will just try to copy the one of the company codes so that I don't need to start everything from scratch. Okay, because we have already seen one example where we have done everything from scratch. So in this case, I'm just copying it. So I'll copy the company code. Okay, so copy, delete, check company code. I'll click on this copy organization object, and I will copy from the standard delivered best practice company code, which is 1710. Okay, in this system which we are using, it is a best practice system. There is a company code 1710 which is pre-delivered by SAP with master data, with transactional data that can be used to carry out your own scenarios. Okay, so whenever you are in customers premises, if you remember earlier we discussed that whenever you will be going for the implementation projects, SAP has provided a lot of pre-delivered content which can be directly used to demonstrate the business scenarios. Okay, so we want to copy the data from company code 1710 and we want to create a new company code. Let's say this time I will create maybe ML01, which is mainly for material ledger. Let's see if it is available. Yes. So whenever you copy the company code, even in ECC also, you will get this message. It is asking, okay, we are copying all the settings from ML01, but do you also want to copy the GL accounts? So whatever GL accounts are available in 1710, do you also want to copy those? So just read this. Only copy the GL accounts if you want to allocate the same chart of account to the target company code. So do you want to assign the separate chart of account, or you want to use the same chart of account which is assigned to company code 1710? Okay, so do you want to copy the GL accounts company code data? I will say yes, because I'm going to use the same chart of account which is assigned to 1710. It will reduce the activities that we need to carry out in order to set up a company code. So our chart of account will be already created, our GL accounts will be already created, and we will get a completely fresh company code with all the master data setup. So let's click on yes. Now it is asking controlling area 8000, which is assigned to company code 1710. So it is again asking, do you want to copy the assignment to the controlling area? I'll say yes. In my case also, I will use controlling area 8000. Okay, so let's click on yes. Local currency. Now it is asking about local currency. So the reference company code has a local currency USD. Do you want the same company? Do you want to use the same currency in your company code? This time I will say no, because my currency settings I want to change it so to suit my business requirement. So do you want to allocate a different local currency to the target company? I'll say yes. I want to give the separate currency. I don't want to give the same currency which is in 1710. So I'll click on yes. Which currency? So I'll just write INR. I want to give INR to the company code that I'm creating. ML01 will have a local currency code INR. Click on continue. Okay, so you can see certain data was not copied. You will always get this message. Don't worry about this. If you want the details, you can even go and see what is not copied. So click on the question mark and it will tell you what has not been copied. Okay, so the data related to FM area is not copied, but that is fine. Just ignore this and click on enter. Okay, customize setting inconsistent. It is saying, okay, let's see what are the inconsistent settings. Okay, anyways, we will get this message, right? You remember earlier also when we created a company code, there were some inconsistencies. We will solve those inconsistencies one by one. Just click on continue. It is asking you the number ranges. Do you want to copy the number ranges also? I'll say yes. Let's click on continue. Do you really want to transport the number ranges? I'll say yes. Okay, now you can see the tables are being copied. So it is copying all the data from the one company code to another company code. Okay, so this is also fine. Just whatever errors you are getting, whatever messages you are getting, just keep on clicking on continue till the time you are not getting stuck. If there is any error which is not allowing you to go further, then we will stop. Okay, so I think it has been copied, right? No, now it is saying an error occurred in the number range. Continue copying or stop intervals for remaining one object. So I will say stop. no need to worry about one number range. So now company code 1710 copied to ML01 without one number range, that is 100% fine. Now we have a new company code called as ML01. Okay, let's go and see the global parameters of this company code. So I can go to transaction OBY6, where I'll be able to see what data has been copied. So ML01, you can see everything is copied, even the name is also copied. So if you want to change this, you can change this. Chart of account is copied. Credit control area, which I don't want, it is also copied. Fiscal year variant is copied. Field status variant is also copied. Posting period variant is also copied. Okay, so you can see there are a lot of things which are copied. But again, we don't need to worry about all these things. Let's try to save it and come out of this particular screen. Okay, so now we have the company code. Let's go further and see what are the currency settings of this company code. Okay, so I'll go to financial accounting global settings. Okay, within ledgers, I'll go to ledger. So this is where we define multiple currencies in SAP S4 HANA, right? OB22 transaction, which was there in ECC, in order to add additional currencies to your company code, that transaction is no more available. And you are going to use this new transaction called as FINS underscore ledgers. Okay, or you can follow this path. So you'll be able to see the transaction code, which is, no, it is not showing the transaction code. Let's try this way. FINS VC underscore ledger. Okay, and FINS underscore ledger will also work. So once you are on this screen, okay, your leading ledger is 0L. Just go to leading ledger 0L, company code settings. Okay, select your company code, which is ML01 in our case. Okay, and double click on this. Okay, if you remember previously, we discussed that in SAP S4 HANA, we can have additional 8 currencies, right? When we created the company code ABCS, at that time we discussed this in detail, that in ECC, we can only add 2 additional currencies to our company code, but in S4 HANA, we can add up to 8 additional currencies. So what I want to do here is, I just want to add 2 additional currencies to this company code, or maybe 1 is also fine. Let's see. So the first one which I want to add is, let's say, group currency. So if I do F4, it is not showing me the group currency option. Okay, why it is not showing me group currency option? Because there are some settings. Before you add any currency to this screen, you need to perform this above settings. Okay, so this is normally handled by FI, but let me just give you the small introduction on how exactly it will work. So group currency is normally 30. Just come here and see the definition of this. Settings are maintained at company code level. And second one which I want to see is hard currency, which is 40, which is also maintained at company code. So if it is maintained at company code level, you will go for this settings, currency conversion settings for company code, and you will extend this to your company code. Okay, so you can see company code wise, you have the definition of multiple currencies. So what I'll do is I'll copy this for my own company code ML01. Okay, now you can see ML01 is having the group currency 30, which is USD, and it will convert the values based on the document currency, this exchange rate, and this translation date, and the conversion will happen in real time. Okay, let's save it. It is saying an entry already exists with the same key. If it is already exists, then it should not throw error. Let's see. So ML01, is it already exist? Yes, it is already exist. It is only waiting for these details. So exchange rate, normally we use M. Okay, and translation date type, we will use the translation date. Okay, because this was missing, that is the reason we were getting the error. We were not able to see the group currency in our company code. So let's save it. Okay, let's also verify if hard currency is available for our company code. It doesn't seems like, so let me copy that hard currency part. Okay, which is 40. This is hard currency. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this. Sorry, it is copying 2. Let's unselect this, deselect this. Yeah, this one, second one I'm copying, ML01. Okay, which is fine. So now I have two currencies, 30 and 40, which I can assign to my company code. Okay, so how can I do that? So I have to go to my company code settings for leading ledger, obviously, leading ledger, company code settings. Okay, and then here I need to add two additional currencies, 30 and 40. It is still not showing me 30, something still wrong. 40 is appearing, but 30 is still not appearing. Let's go to the currency settings once again. Let's see the ML. It is still waiting for this info. So M and translation date. This is for 40. What about 30? Values are already maintained, so I should be able to see this. Let's come completely out of this. Try FINS underscore ledger. No. What was that? FINS CV underscore ledger. No, let's go through the path itself. Okay, so leading ledger, our company code is ML01. Okay, and within this, we'll try to add these two currencies. Let's see now if I'm able to see 30 and 40. It's still showing only 40. Why it is not showing 30? That is a question mark. ML01. This data is again missing. Okay, first of all, any idea where exactly the hard currency is defined? It is showing blank, which is a place where we can maintain the hard currency. Okay, where exactly the group currency is maintained? How system is determining this USD? It is same as ECC. Have you worked on multiple currencies in ECC? The question is, where can I maintain the group currency and where can I maintain the hard currency? Third one is index-based currency. These are the three types of currencies which are provided by SAP. Okay, so group currency is maintained at the client level. You know what is the transaction code for client? We are using client 400, right? Which is a transaction code to display the client or to change the client settings, which is normally done by basis. It is SCC1. Sorry, SCC2, right? SCC4, sorry. SCC4. This is a transaction code for client level settings. So if you double click on your client, our client is 400, you'll be able to see the currency here. So whatever currency is defined at the client level, that becomes your group currency, 30. Okay, so if I change this and change it to euro, my group currency will become euro. Right, so this is fine. Group currency is appearing here, so I don't need to make any changes. But what about the hard currency? Okay, so group currency is defined at client level, which is in SCC 4 transaction code. Hard currency and index-based currencies, these two currencies are defined at country level in the country master data. So the company code that we created, ML01, I think this belongs to US. Just verified. So if I go for OBY6 and go for company code ML01, yeah, you can see the country is US. So in SAP, there is a country setting. If you go to SPRO, IMG, SAP NetWeaver, this is same in ECC also. So SAP NetWeaver, general settings, you can see set countries. Okay, and this is where you define the countries in SAP system. So let's click on this and select US. If you double click on this, this is where you can define the hard currency and index-based currency.
So what is the T code for this one? Is it OY01?
Code, let's see. If I go back and go to additional information, display key, and IMG activity. Key code is, I think, OY01, OY01N. Let's see. OY01. Yeah, OY01, and let's try OY01N. No, OY01 is a transaction code for countries. Okay, but it is very critical. It should not be changed. If you are very much sure that yes, this is exactly what I want, then only you should come here, because otherwise it will create a lot of inconsistencies at the country level. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm saying hard currency is Euro. Okay, I'm not thinking about which is a country and all. I'm just, because I want to see my transactions into 2 or 3 currencies. That is the reason I'm selecting different currencies. Okay, but normally, if it is US, normally the index-based currency should be USD. Or you can do one thing, you can make this as USD and you can change the group currency to Euro if you want. Okay, so it is completely up to you. Let's do this USD, and let's see if group currency is working fine. Otherwise, we will just add one additional currency. We will not worry about the other currency. Okay, so now hard currency is available. So whatever the error that we are getting here, this should get resolved now. It will automatically show you the hard currency is USD. Okay, you can see now it has been identified, but this is still not allowing us to change. I don't know what is the issue. Let's try once again. Translation date. Let's try to save and see if it is properly updated. And now it seems it is properly updated. Let's go back and come again and see. So company settings for ML01. Yeah, now it is properly updated. Okay, but still the confusion is with group currency, why it is not appearing. This we definitely don't need to worry, because this is global currency and 30 is my group currency for company code. Okay, so let's see if we are able to use the group currency, fine. Otherwise, we will carry on our process with only the hard currency. So 0L, company code settings. Our company code is ML01. Let's try to add additional currency 40 here. Okay, let's press enter. If you get this message, just click on, do you really want to add currency 40 to your company code? I'll say yes. Okay, so now you can see our company code is not only having the INR as a local currency, from the controlling area, it is also picking the group currency. Maybe that is the reason it is not allowing us to add the group currency separately. And then we are also having the hard currency, which is USD. Okay, so our company code is having INR as well as USD. At least 2 currencies we have in our company code setup. Okay, and we can add additional 8 currencies, out of which we already used 1. So there are still 7 currencies which we can add to this company code. Okay, let's try to save it now. So now at least we have two currencies which are assigned to our company code. Okay, INR and USD. So let's come out of this completely now and let's go to the logistics setup now. Okay, because we need to have the material in order to see the material valuation. Right, so I need to go for the enterprise structure so that I can be able to set up the logistics enterprise structure. So definition, within logistics, I will definitely need a plant. Material valuation is always done at the plant level. Okay, that you can see here. Define the valuation level. It should be always plant. Okay, so my valuation area is a plant, which means without plant, I cannot think about any material movement. So define plant. I'll not copy this time. I'll just create one new plant. So ML01. Okay, and factory calendar, I'll keep it as India and try to save it. It will ask you this address information. Just say company and just provide the mandatory information and try to save it. So now this plant has been created. Okay, what else? Just see what is the mandatory thing that we need to do. Location division may not be required for ML. Let's close it. Sales and distribution, we will not see any sales related transaction. Let's go to the materials management because we are obviously going to purchase the material and we will see how it is valuated. So we need storage location to store the material. For plant ML01, I'll create storage location also with the same code, which is ML01. Okay, and then I also need purchase organization because we are going to purchase this material. So purchase organization ML01, ML01. Just save it. Okay, so this was definition. We need to assign these things to each other, plant to company code and purchasing organization to company code. So I'll go to assignment. Within assignment, I'll go to logistics general, assign plant to company code. Okay, data locked. So let's see what is locking it. Let me close this. Close this also. Okay, and let's try now. Okay, so assign plant to company code. New entry, company code ML01 is assigned to plant ML01. Okay, country of plant differs from country of company code. This is right because we created a plant in company code in, we created a plant in country India, which is wrong. So let's go and change that first. Normally plants are available within the same country. So logistics general, plant, define plant, ML01. Okay, and let's change the country. Country key IN, if it is, let's go to address and change this to US. Okay, this should get changed. Country key, let's see. Yeah, it is changed. Right, so now the plant and company code both belong to US. Okay, let's go to the assignment. Within assignment, assign plant to company code, new entry, ML01. Let's assign it to ML01. Okay, now we are not getting that error and click on save. Okay, and then in materials management, we need to assign the purchasing org to company code and purchasing org to plant. So these two settings we need to maintain. Our purchasing org is ML01. We will assign this to company code ML01. Okay, and then assign the purchasing organization to plant. So purchasing organization ML01 is not there, so you need to create a new entry. ML01 will be assigned to plant ML01. Just save it. Okay, so now from the logistics point of view also, our setup is created. which means now we can go ahead and we can create the material master. Okay, one material which we can use for the demonstration. So I'll go for transaction MM01. Okay, I'll create one material. Let's say ML01 underscore test. Sorry. So this is industry. You can select whatever industry you want, and material type. Let me select ROH, raw material. Enter. Basic data 1, basic data 2. Okay, and then I will go for general data for plant, storage location, accounting, one view. Where is purchasing? Yeah, purchasing tab. Okay, click on OK. Here you have to provide the information for which plant you are creating this material. So I'm creating for ML01. Storage location also ML01. Okay, I'll copy this same description from here. These are some of the mandatory fields. So unit of measurement, I'll say each. Material group, you can select from the list of values. Okay, just keep on pressing enter. Whatever is mandatory information that you need to enter it. Okay, in accounting view, you have to enter the valuation class. Okay, if you remember last time also, we entered the valuation class 3000 for the raw material. Now in this screen, you will be able to see the fields related to material ledger. You can see ML is active and price determination indicator is blank. So what is happening is, as of now, material ledger we are still not activated, right? That is the reason you can see this is not ticked, and this field also I'll explain shortly. So these two fields are related to material ledger which are not having any value. Okay, let's continue and see what happens if I don't activate the material ledger. What will happen? Although we have seen this thing also in case of ABCS, there also we got the error and I told you how to resolve that error. But this time, last time we only activated it technically. This time I will show you how to activate the functionalities also, right? So let's press enter. System is saying that if you want to have the price control standard price, then you need to maintain the standard price. But what do you think? This should be standard price or moving average price? Because this is a raw material. For raw material, we prefer the price control as standard or moving average.
Moving average.
We normally prefer moving average for raw material, right? Standard price for semi-finished good or finished good. So I'll change this to V. Okay, let's press enter. It will take you to the costing, no need to maintain anything, and you can just save this now. So this material has been created, ML01 underscore test. Now let's try to purchase this material and do the GR. Okay, as I told you, if you are
Vikram, one
using
question.
SAP, yes,
As you said that for semi-finished material, it should be standard. So it is mandatory that we have to keep it as a standard, or it can be moving average price too.
no, it is recommended. It can be moving average. There is no restriction.
Oh, it could recommended. Okay, fine.
It is recommended from the audit point of view also to maintain the standard cost for semi-finished product and finished product, and for raw material it should be moving average. And there is a
Okay.
reason also. We already discussed this, and we are also going to discuss it again today. So
Yeah.
the reason is the material price, raw material price is not under your control. It is something which is coming from outside, right? So you don't want to see any variance. You want to update your inventory in the same price as you got it from outside, because you cannot control it, right?
Yes, because why I ask you same thing, because as we are and purchasing this from the couple of vendors, right? So when we're creating any purchase order or something like that, so they're sending the prices. So like example, I am working for a cheese industry, so we are buying a milk. So we have authority over here who are changing the price every quarterly of the milk. So it is not a constant price for us. So every quarterly, the price of the milk is getting changed. And second part is this, for the semi-finished product, right? If suppose on the cheese, we are making sweet cream or whey cream, and for that one also, when we are selling it, we are selling depending on the price which are set by the government for quarterly basis. That's why I ask you, because that prices changes always. Sometimes where it is $2.5, 2.5 for half pound. Sometimes it is 2.7 for half pound. So that's the reason I ask you that semi-finish will always be a standard, or can it will be a moving average or not?
Okay. See,
Hmm.
coming to the same example that you gave, now you said that you are buying the raw material, that is milk in your case, and this milk price is not in your control because you are buying from outside, right?
Correct.
And it is
Yes.
changing every quarterly or something. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the reason, because it is not in your control, there is no point in keeping the standard price. It has to be the moving average because you need
Correct.
to value your material in
Hmm.
whatever price you are getting from outside.
Yeah.
Now coming to semi-finished product and finished product, you are saying the selling price, but we are not talking about the selling price here. Your selling price is changing,
Okay.
but we are talking about your cost price.
Cost. Okay. 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 Got it. Got it. Got it.
So
Yeah.
cost should be standard, because irrespective of what is your selling price, you want to always make sure that your material is being manufactured at the same cost again and again. Otherwise, how will you decide on your selling price? You
Yes.
want to
Correct.
control your cost, right?
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
If there is any deviation, if there is like your cost was 100, but
Hmm.
the actual price is 110, so you want to keep this 10 separate so that you can control that why it is going beyond, why, who is responsible for this additional 10 USD. So if you want to control that, if you want to make sure that it is visible separately, then you need to have a standard price.
Sure. Thank you, Vikram.
Yeah. Okay, so we created the material. Okay, and what we will do now is we will try to create a purchase order, and we will try to do the GR, where we will get the error that because material ledger is not active, system will not allow you to do any materials movement. So obviously, if we want to create a PO, we need a vendor. So let me just go to transaction BP, and what I'll do is, instead of creating a fresh vendor, I will just use the vendor which we already created in our previous company code, and we will extend it to this company code also. So supplier that we created in ABCS. So let me see this ABCS. Yeah, these are the two suppliers that we have in ABCS. Maybe I'll go ahead with this one. Start. And what I'll do here is, first of all, I need to be in the change mode because I'm adding something new. And then the two roles related to vendor are FLVN00. If you go to company code, it will show you that this vendor is already in ABCS. I want to add another company code. Okay, I'll create a new company code here, which is ML01. And I want to create this as a supplier. So I'll click on this indicator, click on adopt. Okay, and here you need to specify the other details like reconciliation account. Now, good thing is, because we copied everything from the standard company code, all the GL accounts are also copied. So that is the reason I will be able to select, let's say, this particular reconciliation account, sort key, maybe posting date. Okay, and if there is any other mandatory detail, I will do that. Otherwise, just click on save. So this vendor has been now available in our company code, but I also want in the purchasing org, because otherwise it will not allow me to create a purchase order. So purchasing, again, this is only available in this purchasing org. I will click on the purchasing org, click on create another purchasing org, click on transfer, and here I will just enter the details. No, this is still showing ABCS. Let's switch the organization, write ML01 and enter these details. So order currency should be USD, and payment terms, I will go with 0001. Okay, and save it. Which means now I can use this vendor number 123 for my company code or for my purchasing org. So ME21N. Okay, vendor number 123. I hope this is the one that I created. So if not, let's select it. Yes, it is 123 only. Purchasing org, we created ML01. Purchasing group, you can use standard one, which is 0001. Material that we created is ML01 underscore, or yeah, underscore test. and I am looking to buy 10 quantity of this material at 1000 USD per unit. Okay, and I am looking to buy this for plant, which is ML01. Let's press enter and see. We are getting this error. If you remember, we have got this error in case of ABCS also. Account assignment mandatory for material. This is because what we need to do is there is one transaction, there is one configuration which is part of MM actually. Okay, so let me show you what exactly I mean. You will go to materials management. Okay, in materials management, you will go to, sorry, not materials management, you will go to logistics general. In logistics general, you will go to material master. In material master, you will go to basic settings and define the material types. Okay, OMS2, transaction code is OMS2. So here you will select your material type. In our case, we are using material type ROH. Okay, click on quantity and value update. Here you go for your plant, which is ML01, and tick on these two indicators. Quantity update, value update. Save it. Now you will not get that error. Okay, so let's go again back to the purchase order. Press enter, or let's completely go out and try this thing once again. So MET21N, this is our vendor, purchasing org, purchasing group, material, quantity, net price, currency, and plant. Okay, so now we are not getting that error. Just keep on pressing enter and click on save. So this will create a purchase order. No need to worry about this. Just click on save. So purchase order has been created. Now we will try to do the GRN for this purchase order. We will try to receive this material from the vendor. So how do you do that? You go to transaction Migo. Okay, I want to do the good receipt against the purchase order. Okay, good receipt against the purchase order. Here you will enter your purchase order number. Press enter. The first issue you are getting is purchasing document is not yet released. Okay, so any idea how you release the purchase order? If it is in the workflow, how to release a purchase order? Same transaction as in ECC. To release the purchase order, we use transaction ME29N. Okay, and this will be only that person will be able to release who is actually allowed to release, right? It is not like every person can go and release the purchase order. Normally, managers have the access to release the purchase. So you will click on the change mode. Okay, and you will be able to see the release button here. Just click on release. Again, just click on release and click on save. So now this purchase order has been released. Okay, so let's again go to transaction Migo. This purchase order. Now we are able to see the material. Let's enter the storage location, write item OK, and try to post it. Okay, this is what exactly we wanted to see. What is happening is system is giving the error message. We got the same error message earlier also when we were setting up everything for ABCS plant and ABCS company code. Okay, why we are getting this error? Because material ledger in ECC was optional. So it was completely up to you whether you want to activate material ledger or not. But in S4 HANA, material ledger has been made as mandatory, which means if you don't activate material ledger, you will not be able to do any material movement. You will not be able to carry out any material transaction. Okay, so what we have done last time is we just activated it because it is mandatory. We have not activated any of the functionalities of material ledger. We just activated it technically. Why we activated it technically? Because now onwards in S4 HANA, the old tables which were related to material ledger in ECC are no more updated. Okay, there is a new table which is AC Doc A. We already know AC Doc A, which is a common table which will also hold the information related to material ledger. So all the transactions, whatever you do in materials management, wherever there is a material movement, okay, whenever the material document is created, all those transactions will come and reside in AC Doc A. So if you don't activate material ledger functionality, then system will not know that I want to use AC Doc A, and that is the reason they made it mandatory. Right, so one is technical activation, second is functionality wise activation. So first again I will show you how to activate this thing from the technical point of view, and then we will come to the same thing and I'll show you how you can activate it from the functionality point of view. Okay, so material ledger is mandatory and we need to activate it. Now let's go ahead and try to activate the material ledger functionality. Okay, and once we activate the material ledger functionality, we will come back to this transaction again and we will complete this procedure. So for that, let's go to SPRO. Okay, where exactly material ledger is configured? Material ledger is part of CO component. So all the configurations related to material ledger you'll be able to see in CO. Okay, so you'll go to controlling. It is again part of product cost controlling, which we are already discussing. So we already discussed product cost planning. We also completed cost object controlling. And now we are entering the third folder, which is actual costing and material ledger. Okay, so if you go to this material ledger, these are the configurations that you need to set up for material ledger functionality. Okay, so we will see one by one. First, I will show you how to activate material ledger in multiple currencies and in multiple valuation methods. Once we complete this, then I'll show you how to activate actual costing also. Okay, let's do it one by one. So what I need to do is, within the material ledger configuration, first thing is assign currency type and define material ledger types. Okay, so let me tell you what exactly it means. See, as I told you, the first thing which I want to activate is I want to see my material valuation in multiple currencies. By default, SAP in SAP ECC, by default, materials were valuated only in one currency, that is company code currency. If you want additional currencies, then you were activating the material ledger functionality. So now in S4 HANA, if there is a requirement that they want to valuate their material in multiple currencies, then you have to come to this screen and you have to tell the system which are those additional currencies which you want to use in material ledger. Okay, so I'll create something completely new. This is called as material ledger type. So I'll create material ledger type ML01, and you can see what is happening here is it is asking you which additional currencies you want in material ledger type ML01. So in ECC, what was happening is these two options were enabled. Now you can see these are disabled. System is not allowing you to tick these two indicators. If you tick on this, what it will do is if you defined any additional currency in FI. Okay, so when you created a company code, in the company code, if you activated any parallel currency, like in our example, just now we have activated one hard currency in addition to the company code currency. So if I tick on this, system will automatically take those two currencies also in material ledger. We don't need to provide it manually, which additional currencies we want. Okay, if I tick on this, system will automatically go and pick all the currency types which are defined in FI. Similarly, if I tick on this, it will go and copy all the currency types like controlling area currency, cost object currency. All those currencies will be, all means up to 2. You cannot have more than 3 currencies in material ledger. Okay, so whatever 2 currencies you have in CO, they will be automatically picked and they will be used in material ledger. And third option is manual, where you don't want to copy from FI, you don't want to copy from CO, you are going to provide it manually, right? So now in S4 HANA, it is not possible to derive the currencies from FI, to derive the currencies from CO. There is a reason. In FI, we have 8 currencies, additional currencies. We can have up to 8 additional currencies. So if I tick on this, material ledger only supports 2 additional currencies. So which 2 additional currencies will be copied? That is a question mark. That is the reason these ticks are no more enabled. And if you want to use additional currencies in material ledger, you have to provide which additional currencies manually only. This is the only option in S4 HANA. So this is one of the big change compared to ECC in material ledger. Okay. When you say manual, in the next step, you need to define which additional currencies you want to use. So you will select this and you will go here, and here you have to define which additional currency types you want to use. So by default, there is only one currency type, which is 10. Okay, so if you want to activate material ledger only from the technical point of view, you don't want any additional currency, you can just go ahead and without making any change, you can just use this material ledger type. But if you want to use additional currencies, then those additional currencies, you need to define it here. So what you will do is you will click on new entries, you will do F4, it will show you whatever additional currencies are available, and system will allow you to add 2 additional currencies. So I'll add 30. Okay, so and I will try to add 40. Apart from the company code currency, I am adding 2 additional currencies, 30 and 40. Let's press enter. Okay, and save it. So now what I told the system is, I want to use material ledger in my company code, and in my company, material ledger or materials will be evaluated in 3 currencies: company code currency, group currency, and hard currency. So this is the first requirement which I'm trying to map. I want to do my material valuation in multiple currencies. Okay, so material valuation in multiple currencies, I am activating from this particular configuration. Okay, so now I created material ledger type, but how the system will know that for my plant I'm going to use this material ledger type? So there is a second activity where you say assign the material ledger type to valuation area, which means to plant. So I'll click on new entry, my valuation area, which means my plant is ML01, and I will assign this material ledger type ML01 to my plant. Okay, so now plant ML01 has material ledger type ML01, which means all the valuations of this plant will be evaluated in 3 currencies. Okay, company code currency, group currency, and hard currency. Okay, and save it. Okay, and still I have not activated the material ledger. So the third step is activate material ledger for valuation areas. This is where you are going to activate the material ledger functionality. So before you activate, you can click on check material ledger settings. Okay, so for plant ML01, you will be able to see the settings, and you can see material ledger is not active as of now, and it is giving you all the detailed information of material ledger. Okay, whether the number ranges exist or not, whether the GL accounts are properly maintained or not. You can see all these things here, but once you activate it, then only it becomes logical. If it is not activated, whatever other configurations are available, they are not relevant at all. Right, so we want to activate it. So double click on activate material ledger, go to your valuation area, which means your plant, which is ML01. And what you need to do here is material ledger active, and you will get 2 options. Material determination is 2 or 3. So if you remember, in case of ABCS, we use 2. I told you I will explain you what is 3 later on. So this is the right place now where we should understand what is the difference between 2 and 3. So just understand one difference. If you want to use only these 2 features of material ledger, or either of 2, if you want to use multiple currencies, or if you want to use multiple valuation methods without activating the third feature, then you go for price determination indicator 2. You select this price determination indicator 2 if you don't want to use actual costing. But if you want to use actual costing, then you should go for 3. Okay, so as of now, I'm going for 2 because first I want to show you the scenario of just the parallel currency and parallel valuation. And then we will come again and I'll show you how to activate actual costing. Okay, so I'm saying price determination indicator 2. There is one more indicator here, price determination indicator binding. This means, see, this is default. What will happen is whenever you create any material now, if you see this material master, which we already created. So if I go to transaction MM03 and show you this transaction in accounting 1 view, you can see this is where, sorry, ML01. Okay, we are still getting that error because material ledger is still not activated in this plant. Okay, anyways, I'll come to that once I complete this activity. So just maintain the price determination indicator 2 and click on save. I'll show you this indicator shortly. So let's save it. We are getting the message that after activating the material ledger, live data must be converted. Okay, what is this now? So just activation of material ledger is not enough. Once you performed all the configurations related to material ledger, you should also do one more thing, which is you need to activate, or you need to start the production startup. Okay, so just remember this transaction code, CKM start. CKM start. Okay, from path you can go in easy access. This is not available in configuration. This is part of easy access. So within accounting, controlling, product cost controlling, actual costing, material ledger, environment, production startup, and this transaction CKM start. Okay, double click on this, enter your plant, remove the test run, remove the background processing. Okay, and make sure that your Migo is still not open. Just come out of whatever transactions you were doing and try to execute this. Okay, so now our material ledger has been activated and it has been set as productive. Okay, with the error that we were getting, if I go to MM03, we will not get that error anymore. So for accounting 1 view, okay, and plant ML01. You can see now system is showing material ledger active, price determination indicator 2. Okay, if I change this, if I want to change this, so instead of MM03, I will go to MM02. Okay, and accounting 1 view for ML01. Okay, see what is happening is I'm not able to change this price determination indicator. If I want to change it to 2 or 3, okay, I want to, it is 2 now, I want to change it to 3. It is not allowing me to change that, right? You will not be able to change this from here. Okay, there is a separate transaction code for that, which is CKMM. Change the material price determination for material ledger. So what you can do is you can tell the system that for this material, for this plant, I want to change the price determination indicator. Old price determination indicator is 2 and I want to change it to 3. Okay, just do the test run and see if it is giving any error. So what it is saying is if you want to use 3, your price control should be standard price. 3 is not supported for moving average price. 3 is only supported for standard price. So what you also need to do is you need to provide S here. So system will not only change 2 to 3, but it will also change from moving average to standard price. Let's see. First try the test run. If it is okay, let's try to remove it and execute once again. Okay, and now if you come here in your material master, again if I do display in accounting 1 view for ML01, you can see it has been changed to 3 and price control is also changed from V to S, moving average to standard price. Okay, so this, if you want to block, if you don't want this CKMM to be used, and if you don't want the users to change the price determination indicator from 2 to 3, then this tick, the tick that we were able to see in the configuration, SPRO, IMG, controlling, product cost controlling, actual costing, material ledger, and this one, So activate material ledger for plant ML01. If you tick on this indicator, then it will not allow you to change once you already provided 2 or you already provided 3. Okay, so this normally should be kept open because there are many instances where you want to change the price determination indicator later on. And even when you are creating the new material master, let's try to create a new material master. If I go for transaction MM01, okay, and if let's say this is test 2. Okay, so basically
Vikram,
yes.
in which scenario normally we do these kind of changes?
Which changes? This price determination
Like
indicator.
like changing from moving to standard or something.
No, moving to standard normally we don't make in the normal business scenario. It is only done when you have mistakenly updated as standard, but later on you realize no, this should have been moving average. Otherwise, we
Yeah,
never
and even
change price control.
yeah, and even if we have some transaction posted based on moving average price, then is it possible to change it to standard?
It is possible, but again, it is not recommended at all.
Okay.
See, technically it is possible, but it is not recommended. You need to be very clear what you need to specify in the beginning itself. It may create inconsistencies in the system, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just going to accounting 1 just to show you what that indicator means. So this is my price, sorry, this is my material unit of measurement 1. Okay, so now here you can see you are getting the option. Whenever you are creating a new material master, you are getting the option. Although it is default is showing 2, but it is allowing you to select 3 also. So if you want to restrict this, that the user should not be able to select at the time of material creation. If it is 2, it must be 2 only. Then what you can do is you can say price determination binding in valuation area. In this case, what will happen is now if you try to create a material master, this field will not be modifiable. It will just show you it is fixed to itself. Okay, so that is the meaning of that particular field. Okay, and now you can see here, can you see this 3 currencies? Your material is getting valuated at 3 currencies: company code currency, group currency, and hard currency. These are the 3 currencies that we defined for material ledger. If you compare the same screen for plant ABCS, okay, if I show you the same thing for plant ABCS, let's go to MM03, okay, and our material was, let's say, desktop, and I want to see accounting 1 view for plant ABCS, okay, press enter. Can you see the difference? Okay, don't worry about this. I was trying this, that is the reason this is activated now, but throughout our course, whatever we have done till now in ABCS, we just activated material ledger for price determination indicator 2. Okay, but we never activated additional currencies. We only activated material ledger because it was technical mandatory. It was only mandatory from the technical point of view. But functionality wise, we never activated actual costing. We never activated additional currencies. So you can see this is only showing you in one currency. Okay, compare this screen with this screen, or sorry, this screen, create screen. You can see here you are getting the valuation into 3 currencies. Okay, in this case, group currency and hard currency is USD, but let's assume that your group currency is USD and your hard currency is Euro. So you are getting the values in INR, you are getting the values in group currency, and you are also getting the values in USD. Is it clear now? What is parallel currency concept in material ledger? And not only this, let me try to save this particular material. Okay, so valuation class I will enter as 3000. It is asking for standard price. Okay, so let's say if I provide the standard price to this particular material, and let's say the standard price is 50,000, enter. See, it is automatically calculating the values for USD, for the group currency, and also for the hard currency. Okay, so whenever you do any transaction, obviously you will do the transaction in the transaction currency. So based on the transaction currency, system will pick the company code currency, system will pick the group currency, system will pick the hard currency from the exchange rate maintained in transaction OB08. Okay, so system will always keep the track of all the materials in multiple currencies. Okay, let's try to save it now. So now material ledger is active. We should be able to go to transaction Migo and we should be able to receive this stock. So 86, I will say item OK. This is my storage location and let's try to post this. Okay, now that material ledger error is gone. This is a normal error which is related to OBYC settings, the integration with FI. Okay, so since I copied everything from company code 1710, this OBYC and all, I don't need to maintain it once again. Only thing is one configuration which we need to do. Let me complete that configuration and then system will be able to post this transaction. So that is in materials management. Okay, this is related to integration with FI. So I need to go to materials management. Yeah, materials management. Within materials management, I need to go to valuation and account assignment because this is related to valuation. Okay, and here I need to go to account determination. Okay, this is one place where I need to go to my plant. Okay, it is still locked. Let's see what is locking it. So activation of material ledger must be locking it. This is the configuration. No. Yes. So valuation area ML01 and I need to assign to 0001. Okay, this is the normal configuration that you do in ECC also. No need to get confused with this related to material ledger. Okay, so now again, if I go to purchase order, sorry, Migo, click on post, it is still showing the same thing. Let's try to go out and come again. Otherwise, I need to go and see what is wrong in the OBYC settings. So item OK, storage location, let's try to post this. Okay, yes, now it is not throwing that error. Account error has been resolved. Now it is related to the number range. Okay, so I think number range also system copied when we copied the data, but let's create it once again. So FBN1, copy from maybe 0001 to ML01. All the number ranges I want to copy. Okay, so number ranges has been copied now. So if you go to good receipts once again, try to post this. We are getting another error. Account 5204100 requires an assignment to the CO object. Now, what is this GL account 5204100? Let's go and see. Don't get confused with these errors. These are the common errors that you will get in ECC also. Just concentrate on material ledger functionality. So what was that? 5240, I think. Post 52041000. 52041000. 5204. Okay, there is price variance. I don't know why it is booking. Yeah, because we maintained a standard price. That is the reason it is going for price variance. Let me change that. Okay, we change it to the standard price using that program, right? That is the reason it is trying to book the price variance. But we don't want to book it as a price variance. I'll go to MM02 for ML01 underscore test in accounting one view. Material. Okay, and here I should change this to V. Now again, this is not allowing from here, so let's go to CKMM. Okay, and change this to from 3 to 2, and new price control would be V. Okay, remove the test run and try to execute it. Okay, done. Let's go and see in MM03, accounting 1 for ML01. Okay, so 2 and V, this is fine. Let's continue with MIGO. It should not go for the price variance, it should go to the stock. So item OK, storage location, and try to post. Okay, so finally material document has been posted. Now if you see this material document, okay, if you want to display this material document, just go to display. This is a material document, and if you open this, if you go to document info and see the corresponding FI documents, it is creating the material ledger document, and this material ledger document will be available in 3 currencies. Okay, so if you click on this material price analysis, you can see what is happening here. This report, this is very important report which is for material ledger called as material price analysis. See what is happening is
CKM3 also, right?
Sorry?
The transaction is CKM3 or something else for this one?
Yes, yes. Transaction code is CKM. Just a minute. Let me see. CKM3.
Okay.
Yeah. So what it is showing is it will keep the complete track of this material. Okay, what is the beginning inventory? This is periodic report. There is some background noise. Can you please mute yourself? Yeah, so this is a periodic report. Manchu, can you mute yourself? There is some background noise. Yeah, so this is periodic report. For each and every period, it will tell you what was the beginning inventory, how much is the good receipt, and not only in one currency. If you go here and change the currency to group currency, you can see you are able to see the figures in other currency. If you go to the hard currency, again you will be able to see the figures are getting updated in the third currency. So you can record your currencies, you can record your transactions, material valuation into multiple currencies. So yesterday, I think Sneha, you were asking if I have multiple currencies in FI, then why do I need this additional currencies in MM? So this is the reason. Now you can see how easy it is to evaluate and how easy it is to see the reports in multiple currencies related to material valuation. We don't need to be dependent on FI reports to see this, right? It is available in the material valuation tables also.
Yes, Vikram.
Okay, so this is the example that I shown you for multiple currencies. Okay, so even if you go now to your material master.
So Vikram, it will keep a log of all the material movements which we'll be doing for this material, like whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see here also it is showing you all the information. It is showing you what is the value in terms of the company code, what is the value in terms of the group currency, and what is the value in terms of the hard currency. And also just remember, if you activate material ledger, then your moving average price field will be updated to periodic unit price. This is periodic unit price. This is not a moving average price. If you see this same thing in this material, it will show you moving average price. Okay, let me show you some other material which was raw material. So raw material was, let's say, RAM. Enter. Accounting 1 for ABCS. I think here also I already activated the material ledger. So here also it will show you periodic price. Okay, so this is standard price. That is the reason it is not showing. But once you activate material ledger, the field which was moving average price will get changed to periodic unit price. This will become periodic unit price. Okay, so this is the price in this currency. Sorry, this is a price in INR, this is a price in USD, and this is a price in hard currency. Okay, so in this case, we activated these three currencies. That is the reason we are getting the parallel valuation in multiple currencies. Okay, so this was the example of first functionality within material ledger. So material ledger allows you to have the material valuation in multiple currencies up to 3 currencies. Okay, coming